is
Zaza.
Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Whipper.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast. I found out something that my wife has been doing to me that
Leave me out of this, mate.
I'm over it. No, you're not on the mic, and you're not a producer on Smallsy Surgery. So you stay on the mic.
Here I am.
There you are. So
Love the show, mate.
it's really disturbing. I took the dog for a walk, and I got a photo sent to me from 200 metres away.
What, nudes?
No, it was a photo of me walking the dog. I don't know how my wife knew I was there. I suppose you'll have to stick around in the podcast to find out.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
You know, I had Beastie was down in the car, Sarah, and I took him for a walk around Pyrmont.
Hold
I
up.
just leave him
You
in the
do
car.
this all the time. You leave him in the car in the office, don't you?
No. For
how long, mate?
I don't in the office. It's when I'm playing pokies. No. He was. I bring him up, but I felt like I was going to bring him into the office. But Whipper, I don't think Whipper's too happy when I bring the dog into the office.
Why?
I don't mind if the dog comes in.
You were a bit upset last week.
Not at all.
The dog was
Why?
sniffing around your feet.
I think a dog is great for any workplace environment.
Yep.
Unless it's a stupid little dog.
No, well,
Excuse me?
No, your dog's all right, solid enough.
Alicia's beautiful dog was in
Beastie.
last week as well. Our
What was that
publicist.
one? That was a little dog,
A little
wasn't it?
cavoodle, I
Yeah, I
think.
wasn't really into that.
Miniature.
Beastie's a
Isn't it
beautiful
cheaper?
dog. Beastie has a beautiful coat too.
Yeah, so anyway, I took him for a walk yesterday. How's this, right? Went on a different track. I thought I'm going to go and explore. Did all the wolves around Pyrmont and up in Darling Harbour. Anyway, I'm walking, Sarah.
Yeah.
My wife sends me a text message, a photo of me walking the dog from 200 metres away.
Busted.
So I ring her straight away. I said, "Where are you? What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm on the ferry. I'm on the way home." I said, "How do you know I was here?" She said, "I follow you just to see where you are. I go to find my phone and I see where you are all the
Oh
time."
my God, there's questions in the relationship.
I reckon. What have you done to make her think you're up to
Why
no
has
good?
trust gone?
She said, "I do it with Huey all the time, with school and
Different.
pick up and all that kind of stuff."
Very
But she
different.
said, "You know what? You know when I do it, I usually do it when I see when you boys are at footy training and I see how far away you are so I can prepare dinner and it's ready when you come
Oh,
home."
that's a cover.
And I go, "Well, why are you following me now?"
Detective BJ, Pink
I
BJ.
just wanted to see where you were. Oh, and then there was a couple of jokes. I had to sort of diffuse the situation and go, "Well, lucky I wasn't at my other wife's house." Well, seriously, I was thinking about doing
Yeah,
it.
but that's in Thailand.
Knocked her into the bushes while you were walking, didn't
Hey,
you?
you know what? Would BJ be listening to the show right now?
Probably.
Be great to get another phone. So she thinks she's tracking you, but you're elsewhere. And then we can go and plant the phone in interesting locations. So she'll be doing, "Ryan, what are you doing at Twin Peaks again?"
Oh,
Example.
that's
Oh,
good.
not
Ryan,
again. I haven't been there for weeks.
why are you in Centennial Park having a picnic?
Yeah,
Why are you in that cubicle again?
This would have been a great brainstorming session after the show.
It's hard to say. Before or after would have been fine. During, you wouldn't risk it. But I'm just thinking about the fun of how we could possibly stitch up BJ.
Should I be worried that she's following me all the time?
What some people do, and I get served ads for this, so maybe that means something about me, but those little magnets, which are a GPS tracker.
Yeah, the
they're
AirTags.
magnets. No, not the
Oh,
AirTags.
no?
And you put them just in their people's cars or in a handbag. You put them anywhere. And then that's another way of tracking where they go. And people use these all the time if they're in a situation where they don't trust their partner. It could be that BJ's...
No.
Or says, is she wanting to know when you're far away from the house?
So she can get Jason busy fingers over. Work on the plumbing.
He's hard to get these days. He's very busy.
Oh, it's just for you.
Gabby in Forestfield, does your partner track you, Gab?
Morning, guys. He did.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why was he tracking you?
So he's a sea captain. He goes away to sea for months on end, and then he'll be back. And once when he was away at sea, he was trying to call me on the phone. I was off baking, didn't pick up the phone. Next thing, we've got this big camera system in the house. One of the security cameras swivels around towards me. It's like, "Darling,
Awesome.
answer your phone."
Amazing.
Oh, I thought you were sunbaking.
So Gab, have you got one of those systems where you can talk through the camera?
Yes, and he can remote into the camera and see everything in the house.
Oh, Gab, Whipper
no.
does this sometimes in the morning to his wife and kids. What was the one you said to her? Put down that bread?
Yeah,
something while she
they
was
were
just
eating,
trying
all
to
the, eating all the good bread.
Yeah.
Keeping a close eye on them. Sometimes you need to, Gab. I'd like to know also if anybody has busted somebody by tracking them. Like, imagine if it was somebody else, Fitz, and
Of course.
you're at a massage parlour, I don't know, with John Travolta or something. I've got no idea.
No,
But
the other one would be for babysitters.
babysitters,
Yeah.
yep. But I don't think you should really put cameras inside your house.
Yeah, I agree. Don't you have them around your house, not inside?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
So, Gab, are you comfortable with the cameras on you the whole time, knowing that he may be watching you out at sea?
To be honest, it doesn't really bother me. Like, it's kind of nice because you hear when he's coming, like, you'll hear the camera going, like, camera on.
And you know that he's there, somewhere in
like
the Atlantic. Gab, how many cameras are inside? Like, is it lounge room, kitchen, bedroom, study?
We've got a few very strategically placed cameras that give you access pretty much most of the house. Like, you can't access the house without getting on camera. And we've got a couple outside as well. It's the indoor ones that he can remote into, though.
Can he watch you when you're sleeping, Gabby?
No, he cannot watch me when I'm sleeping.
Thank
but
God.
He can watch me get to the bedroom, if you know what I mean.
Right, okay.
what?
Gabby, what if we stitch up?
I like where this
if
is
he's-
going.
Next time he's out to see you, could we do a bit of a fake kidnapping?
Camera on.
Just to see how on the ball he is.
Gabby! And then we'll also have the ship tracker app so we can see him turn around and start to come home.
How good is exploring our amazing backyard again?
And ticking off all the big Aussie things, pineapples, bananas, melons.
For hearing you say that makes me hungry.
Head to whatif.com and start planning your big Aussie adventure.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Monique in Campbelltown, did your boyfriend track you when you were together?
Yes, obviously ex now, but when we were together, there was, I'm not sure if you guys know Snapchat maps.
Yep.
So there was one time, I think I was just with my mum shopping, and on my way home, the reception had cut out, so it looked like I was at someone's house.
Yeah.
So he went and drove to that person's house thinking I was there.
Oh, no.
Obviously, my car wasn't, there, and then he drove to my house, and then he was like, well, I thought you were there. And I was like, what are you talking about? He...
Psycho.
Oh, he didn't knock on the door or anything, Monique. He saw that your car wasn't there and left?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
And
He went to my house and was like, well, now you're here. Where were you?
See, if you're living your life like that and doubting your relationship and just
stressful.
freaking out, going, I've got her.
So did-
Right, get in the car. Let's go get her.
Did you break up with him because of that moment, Monique?
Shortly after, there was some other events that led to that kind of broke the straw on the camel's back.
Yeah, just
There was
the
also
kidnapping and stuff, yeah.
There was one night when while I was sleeping, he used my thumbprint to unlock my phone.
Oh, that's not
See,
cool.
he's unfortunately, he's
Unhinged.
Yeah.
a bit self-conscious, that guy. He's
Yeah, he
worried.
is.
There's a bit of jealousy there.
He's not too
worried.
settled. He's a little insecure there, Mon. Glad you moved on.
Roxy in Leichhardt, you were tracking your husband. Why was that, Rox?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had him on Find My iPhone, but he didn't really know. And it was last Melbourne Cup. I was 8 weeks pregnant, and he was out with the boys all day, and he was meant to be home at 9. Got to 9:30, and I was like, where are you? He's like, yeah, I'll be home soon. Anyway, half an hour later, messaged him, where are you? Didn't answer. So I checked the app, and he was at Maroubra Police Station.
Wow.
Gee.
He's had a good look at it that day, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
What was he in for,
yeah,
Rox?
What was the charge?
He got arrested, and the cop still had his phone, so he couldn't contact me or anything. So I was at the police station before he even knew that I knew that he was arrested.
Amazing. Comes in handy, doesn't it?
There are advantages.
Yep, big time. Good on you, Rox.
Full on.
Have you got any other stories coming through, Tommy? Let's keep this going.
Yeah, I love it.
Love to get some more calls on.
Lots
that's
coming through.
I mean, that's a positive story. Roxy was there to support her partner as he was getting locked up after a big day at the Melbourne Cup.
Phone's beeping away. Rachel and Clara, hello. Who was watching you without you knowing?
Not a partner, but you guys did mention nanny cam.
Yeah.
So one day after school, I used to nanny these kids after uni. So I'd get to the house at about 2 o'clock and the mum wrote down some chores for me to do. And it's typically, wash the clothes, make dinner, and sometimes she'd get me to make cookies.
Yep.
And so one day I made cookies and, I'd been at a big day at uni. I was absolutely starving and I scoffed a few down because I was hungry.
Yeah.
Went to go pick up the kids. It was all good. And then the next day I came home to a note and it said, please do XYZ chores and please do not eat the cookies. What? Do your job.
That is miserable.
You made them.
Right.
I know.
Did you stay around for much longer there?
Oh, there was a couple of things that were a bit psycho, so I got out of there shortly after. But, I was a desperate uni student and it was money.
Rachel, I would have stood in front of the camera and eaten the rest of the cookies and then walked out of the house.
Wow.
My God.
Who was we knew someone who had the nanny, remember? And they became really good friends with her. They had a great relationship. And then the nanny decided to go to a dance festival here. Remember that one? Oh, and they got a phone call at 2 a.m. going, I'm off my chops. Can you come and pick me up? The last time you're going to nanny our kids.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get you to
Not
look after the
good.
kids anymore. Ray's in Piedmont. Who ended up tracking you, Ray?
Mate, it wasn't me. I'm actually an Uber driver.
All right.
So I picked up a customer one night. I start the trip. I go, my dear, the address is your home. Yeah. And she goes, I don't know exactly where we're going yet. I go, what do you mean you don't know exactly where you're going? She goes, actually, I'm tracking my husband. And I go, tracking your husband? What do you mean tracking your husband?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm tracking him on the I Lost My iPhone app. And I go, okay. We start driving, and she's telling me go left here, go left, right, do the directions. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh, my God, I can't believe he's here. I can't believe he's here. I go, what's going on? And she goes, I'm tracking my husband. I believe he's cheating on me. And I'll go, oh, okay, so where are we? And she said, this is my sister's house.
Did you pull up down the road, Ray? Did you have to pull up?
No, pretty much where we got in front of his car. Well, she said, that's his car, and that's my sister's place. And I said, okay. So, and then she asked me, what do you think I should do? I go, look, it's up to you, but I don't think you should approach or do anything at the moment.
Fair call.
Let me just take you back home. You don't know what the situation is.
Sleep on it.
Well, he told me he was going to work at the time.
Yeah, but you know what? She sort of needs evidence as well.
Yeah, go knock on the
thing.
door.
Oh, you've got enough evidence.
No.
Well,
What
Go
if they're in
home.
there planning a surprise party?
nah,
They're not, says.
you want
Well,
to.
what if he's giving her legal advice?
You want to catch.
Leggy advice.
Legal
No.
advice.
You want to catch him
Yeah,
out.
knock on
don't
the
you?
door.
You have to.
Or at least go look
right.
in a window.
Or join
Mate,
in.
I would have been so interested in that.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have been right into that.
I was. Pretty much when we started driving home, we started talking, everything like that. She just had a baby. She's going through this hormone deficiency situation.
Oh, no, right.
And they haven't really been getting it on in the bedroom or anything like that. I didn't want to ask too many questions, but I was trying to...
Sounds like you did, Ray.
A lot of info.
Hey, Ray, did at one stage you think maybe you were in with a shot with her?
Oh, what? You're a pig,
No,
mate.
9 out of 10. No, I'm not
9 out
like
of
that.
10.
And Ray dropped an air tag into her handbag just to see where she was the
The
next
next thing you know, Raymondo's at the front door again.
No, Ray, thank you very much for your call. And Rach,
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
interesting one. Forgetting a huge event. Now, birthdays I can understand because there's so many different family birthdays for now. It's just too much. I think.
Do you have a member in the family who helps out there? We do. We have the assigned. Louise is the assigned date reminder. So she'll
She's
call
your
and go,
Facebook.
She'll call and go, oh yeah, hey, mum and dad's wedding anniversary is on Thursday.
That's great effort by her.
And she'll do present organisation as well.
Well, it's because I'm not on Facebook. So, unfortunately, Facebook is the big one. That's the social media platform that
Yeah.
tells you everyone's birthdays, doesn't it? Oh, it doesn't for me, so I don't get that. And really, I'm a bit lazy to put it into my
We've helped you out.
organiser on my phone.
We've helped you out a couple of times on the show with anniversaries. Remember that one, the big one, Tommy?
Well, we did. This was in 2012.
Yeah.
Tommy's chased it down. This was not set up at all. I had no idea what was going on.
Tell me about today.
What about today?
Tell me about it.
What, my parents are coming over today?
Is that the significant thing?
Yeah.
That's it? Hey,
There you go.
it's your wedding anniversary, idiot. It's engraved on the inside of your wedding ring that you've got on your finger. Isn't it? Oh, shit. It's a shame. It's a shame that I know this. But you don't.
Tommy, can we get that footage on our Instagram page, please?
Yeah, I'm just so...
A lot of swearing, guys. I must apologise.
Sorry.
Apologies for that. That was back in the days where you could be a bit loose. Remember those days?
Oh, they were fun, weren't they? They were really fun.
It is, because there's a woman that's in a... Well, she's put this up on the internet. She's really hurt because her boyfriend has forgotten her birthday. The thing is that he never forgets his ex's birthday, and he always mentions it to her. And she said, at first I thought, that's okay. They've been going out with each other for 5 years. Mm-hmm. She said, that's fine. If he wants to mention that, he always gets stuck into her and says, I'm glad I'm not with her anymore, I'm with you. But he always mentions, it's her birthday today. So he is thinking about it.
Okay.
He's forgotten her birthday the last 2 birthdays.
Sometimes things click into your mind and they're there forever. Some important dates earlier on. I think when you're younger, it's easier to lock a memory in or lock a date in. Yeah. Then as you get older and things get busier, it all starts to get a bit blurred. It's like a big tumble dryer in your head. I get very confused by it.
It also depends. The person's that's having the birthday or the anniversary is a bit harder because there's only 2 of you that have it. But the person that's having the birthday, if they have a tough day, if they're having a really hard day, and at the end of it, if they reflect and go, well, you forgot my birthday, and all the blame is on you, you're in for a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But Sarah, if everyone's saying happy birthday to them, I think you can just push it aside and you're okay.
Says, when's Gary's birthday? Interesting.
No. I know when it is. I'll write it down and you say, what did you think it is?
Yep, that's correct.
See, you took a while then.
Because I get confused.
By your first husband.
I know his birthday. 14th of August. I know our wedding day too, 19th of November, and because it's one of my best friend's birthdays since childhood, and now one of my other best friends is now getting married on that day this year.
Yeah, big shout out to the first husband, Brian.
That's not his name. Don't be silly.
So is there a moment where you think about him on 14th of August?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. You think, it's their birthday.
Thank God I got out of that. Thank God I stepped up.
Hi. Good morning, Gary.
Yeah. Do you know, it's one of those things too where I remember being in a relationship where it probably said a little bit about the relationship because I could never remember their birthday.
No. I disagree. Sorry. It took me a minute to get to Gary's. Doesn't mean that I don't love him.
Oh, no. You're settled now. Yeah. Right. We know you've locked it off, right? You got kids and you're married. But in a relationship prior to being married, I remember thinking June, July, August, and then mid-range.
That's sloppy. Get the month at least.
We got a mid-range in there somewhere.
So do you know Gary's phone number?
No, God, no. I know it ends in a 018.
I think I only just worked
He has
out
a
the other day.
Samsung, so I think it doesn't count.
You didn't know Lisa's?
No, 0467 71.
Whose number is that? Lisa's?
My wife.
Well, stop reading it out.
So you didn't know Lisa's number?
No, only until about a couple of weeks ago when we played this game on the couch.
Do you know BJ's?
Yeah, of course I do.
What is it?
And then...
Don't be so high and mighty, mate. We just had the audio of you missing your wedding anniversary. Of course I do.
Celebrating like he's won a lotto.
Trying to redeem myself. Julie in Carlo Heights, what important date did you forget, Jules?
Our 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that is a massive one, Julie.
You've done 24 of them, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so...
Well, the issue is I forget our wedding anniversary every year and he remembers. Mm. And last year I went, I promise next year it's a big one I'll remember.
Yeah.
And I forgot again.
Do you know what, though, Julie? I think it's a great thing. Because a guy feels like he has to prove himself every year remembering that date. True. Because it's really about the bride on the day. Yeah. So I think when a guy remembers and a girl forgets, they've got a little tick. They've got a little token. They've had a win there. Let them enjoy that day.
What do you mean they've got a tick? They've got a weekend away with the boys.
Well, they might not have.
You're looking at it.
Might not be a weekend of freedom, but it might be just a little acknowledgement that he's made the effort. I think that's quite nice. When generally guys are hopeless at these things. Well said, Whip. Yeah. Spot on, Whip. Best thing you've said all morning.
Anyone else lost? Has anyone else forgotten MDG? You in this category? Has anyone else forgotten a big event or?
Oh, jeez. I mean, my dad's birthday, I can never remember when that is. You know, it rolls around. It's like April, sort of a nothing month. Mm. You know what I mean? You find April's a bit of a nothing month.
25 years. Yeah, that's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to forget something like that. Jono and Hazelbrook, what important date did your friends miss?
Yeah, guys, I was at my best friend's wedding, and at the reception, they cut the cake, and they had organised cupcakes for people who had a birthday the week before or the week after. All beautiful, big fanfare. But then they forgot my wife. She had her birthday that day.
On the day?
She didn't get one. On that day.
Oh, man. You run a quick cross-check before bringing out the cupcakes, yeah? Oh, jeez,
I mean, if
Jono.
they're going to be talking about someone's birthday in a week's time and they forget hers on the day.
Friendship over.
Adam in Mossman, what day did your wife not remember?
Well, both of us actually forgot about our anniversary. We both got the dates incorrect. One thinks it's the 10th, one thinks it's the 12th.
Okay. What is the correct answer there?
Well, we don't actually know. We've misplaced the wedding certificate. So.
Why don't you go back and have a look at some of the photos that might be dated there, Adam?
Yeah, we're actually in Hawaii in the States, so we're still trying to work out whether it was the day before or the day after.
Oh, how confusing.
This is a great situation to be in, Adam, because you never have to remember your wedding anniversary again.
No, make it a week-long celebration.
Or call it down the middle. If one thinks the 10th,
13th.
the 12th, make it the 11th.
Yeah, have you come to a decision, Adam, or what are you doing?
Yeah, look, we've just sort of split it down the middle and just hoping for the best, really.
I reckon everybody, when it comes to your wedding anniversary, you hope the other party forgets.
Oh, yeah.
Just to make you look good.
Stephanie in Engadine, important date, what was it?
My husband was married first, and their anniversary is September, and our anniversary is in March. And we were sitting on the couch one evening in August, and he says, "Oh, our anniversary's coming up." He goes, "Maybe we should go away for the weekend." And I just looked at him and said, "That was the first wife."
Did you go away anyway, Steph?
Girls' trip, that
You
sounds like.
celebrate your previous husband's wife?
Stephanie's laughing, and that's what I love about Steph.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women out there that wouldn't be.
Thanks, Steph.
I remind him every year, don't worry.
Well done.
you.
Jordan in Ermington, what date did you forget?
Hey, guys. Pretty much the most important day of the year is the wedding day.
What happened, mate?
So I'm a builder. Essentially, we went to work on the Friday. We're getting married on Saturday. I had my phone across the site. Finished up my job. Went back to my phone. About 12 missed calls from the wife-to-be. And I looked at the date and realised I'm getting married in 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
What?
So this is not anniversary. This is the big day, mate.
This is the big day.
You're awesome.
So did you think you were getting married on the Saturday, Jordan, and not the Friday?
No, I was getting married on the Saturday.
Yep.
So I run my own business. I'm a builder.
Yeah.
And finished work on Friday. A few things spilled over, so I had to work on the Saturday, thinking, like nothing was.
Yeah.
I'm not the best of time. So anyway, went to work. Happy days. Did my thing, and then I was like, oh no, I'm getting married today. Got to go, boys. See you later.
Oh, that's all good.
Better swap the old nail bag for a black tie.
Did you get a shower in at least, Jordan?
Yeah, I ran home, had a quick shower. I missed all of the the family photos in the.
Oh my God!
No, that's a win.
Oh, Jordan.
My mother-in-law wasn't impressed.
You're still with her now, George? You sound like a catch. What a great start to married life.
I want Jordan to win first class at 50k.
So do I.
He deserves it
for being completely hopeless. But he won't know when the flight is.
That's right. He'll
forget.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Guys, magpie season is about to start. We don't want to be swooped. You could lose an eye. It's very scary if you find yourself in a park or maybe you're riding your bike and all of a sudden... Remember that kid that was on the bike? I think we got the audio. He was flying down the hill. Shouldn't laugh. I mean, I think he ended up hitting a wheelie bin. But the magpie was swooping the poor little man.
Yeah, once you panic, you're in a bit of trouble, aren't you?
All sorts. Keep your helmet on, kids. I mean, there's been a lot of techniques we've seen, like eyes on the back of helmets. Then people get the cable ties and they stick them up through the helmet, so that's kind of to scare the bird off. Now a bird expert has said there's only one foolproof way to stop magpies attacking. Befriend the magpie.
I'll get lost.
Feed thine magpie.
No.
Feed it dog food.
How you? It's up in its nest. It's protecting its young. How do you feed it?
Well, if you're going for a walk through the park, take a little bowl with some dog food in it. Maybe some
Or-
pal and just stick it there and go, here you go there.
You know how people wear the ice cream tubs on their head?
Yes.
Do you smother the top of it with dog food?
Well, then it's still going to look like you're being swooped.
Yeah, I know,
says.
but
it's
they're
going to
not
be
gonna
coming at
come-
your head at 100 miles an hour.
But they'll just grab the food and go.
You know,
I don't think they'll come and perch.
Well, how else
it's
are
not
you-
Currumbin Bird Sanctuary.
Wait, but how else are you going to feed them and befriend them without them swooping at you? What,
Well,
you just
you
call
go and
them
get it.
down?
You go and get it, and you go in a little container and just sit it on the park bench nearby, right? And then go, here, magpie, here's the food.
Well, no, you've got to
And
follow
you let them know that you're okay with them being there.
You follow on Instagram. Hope that you get a reply, and then you start the relationship from there.
Similar to a haunted house. You have to befriend the ghost. You walk in and say, I know you're here, spirit. I welcome you to this house, as you will welcome me. Spirits don't swoop.
See, what was that? Can
That
you
was
do
the
that
magpie
again?
That was a
going for
magpie
the
coming
eye.
through as you attempt to feed a spirit dog food.
Another cracking idea
There
from
you go,
you.
guys. Go and feed them.
Hey, get lost. I wasn't doing an accent. I was
I
screaming.
had some German in there. That was really
Tommy,
racist, Says.
if we need to get any magpies on the show, Sarah can do a voice for us.
Well, I can befriend a magpie.
Befriend a magpie.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment, and I know this will annoy Ryan Fitzgerald because he doesn't like us talking about Meghan Markle, but unfortunately, this is leading
More
everything.
Meghan Markle.
More Meghan Markle. So, firstly, in relation to yesterday's article where she had said, this interview where she said that the people of South Africa, some people told her that they were as excited by her marrying a white man as when Nelson Mandela was freed. Nelson Mandela's grandson has said overcoming 60 years of apartheid is not the same as marrying a white prince. So that's gone down poorly with the family. Overnight as well, her next episode of her podcast has dropped and she is interviewing Mariah Carey. And it's quite a good listen. Like, as I've said, Meghan Markle is clearly a very smart woman and she is very articulate and very easy to listen to, and she has some great points. And the two of them are talking about being divas and things. The interesting part, though, and this is what some people are saying is a little bit on the nose, is a comment that she's made about being treated like a black woman and the first time she actually felt this way. Have a listen.
If there's any time in my life that it's been more focused on my race, it's only once I started dating my husband. Then I started to understand what it was like to be treated like a black woman, because up until then I had been treated like a mixed woman. And things really shifted.
And I don't think people can... There's a lot of criticism. I think it's unfair to criticise. You can't tell someone how to feel. Of
course
She's sharing a feeling. So I just think that's a ridiculous thing. The part that I did find slightly amusing, obviously they're celebrating being divas. Mariah Carey, a diva. And Meghan's saying that in the very beginning, diva was a word associated to sort of powerful, charismatic women, and it was this real uplift. Yeah. And over the years, it's become something that people use to criticise. You're behaving like a diva. All this sort of stuff. Anyway, she's talking to Mariah and Mariah sort of turns the tables back on her. Have a listen to this.
I think that's really important for people to remember that there might be this persona, and yes, the diva thing we can play into. I mean, it's not something that I connect to, but for you, it's been a huge part of your...
Give us diva moments sometimes, Megan. Don't even act like... Don't act like you. It's also the visual. It's the visual. A lot of it's the visual.
I think that on its own would have been fine, but at the very end, after Mariah's sort of left the interview, Megan does this sort of minute on how she says, I was offended when she said it, and then I've realised she's referring to my clothes and how I present well.
Right, image.
Yeah, but it's sort of, in a way, conflicting to the 48 minutes prior where you've said, let's celebrate the title, but she herself says, I was offended when Mariah called me a diva.
But are we going to dissect every podcast
they're just
now?
The biggest stories. This is
I know.
Like,
It's frustrating
everywhere.
because she is a default point to attack, right? Everybody goes, what's happening in the news? Let's attack Meghan Markle, which is lazy.
Barr called it a tosser.
They're just lazy. I mean, they're just ticking it off like any other news surface, and we're discussing it as well. But in the same light says, I think... you've got all these headlines yesterday about the Nelson Mandela line.
Yeah.
Right? She has, in a second-hand way, referenced comments other people made. She hasn't said, when I married...
Yes, I thought I was the equivalent of Nelson Mandela.
Absolutely
Agreed.
not.
Agreed.
She's just referenced the drama that was attached and the points that were made at the time. by other people.
Well, I would encourage anyone who even cares in the slightest, have a listen to the podcast because, as I said, she's really articulate. It's easy to listen to. She has some great points.
Was there any great Mariah moments? No,
they're sort of deeper than that. They talk about, growing up, Mariah had a white mother and a black father and how they sort of bond over this. That's kind of what they focus on is identity issues and things like that. And it's really interesting.
Does Mariah mention that the last time we spoke to her, Fitzy started giving her air kisses down the microphone and she kissed back?
No, that was...
that was Mariah.
She had a few.
She just loves you. We don't know that.
We're not sure what she was on that day, but I tell you what, she wasn't afraid of a bit of a kiss.
Guys, Chris Rock has turned down hosting the Oscars next year, which is unsurprising, but his response has gone down poorly. He said during a comedy show that accepting the gig would be like asking Nicole Brown Simpson to go back to the restaurant where she left her glasses before she was killed, which is his reference to the O.J. Simpson trial. So people have obviously said, your comedy's getting worse and worse.
Is he still in Australia or he's left?
No, he's gone now.
Okay.
But yeah, so he certainly won't be hosting and probably was unnecessary to make the gag. And finally, this one was more for you, Fitz, because I know Whipper hasn't seen Star Wars, but Han Solo's blaster.
The blaster?
Yeah, it was meant to go for $500,000, went for over $1 million.
What is it? What's the blaster?
It's the one that Harrison Ford, in any promo shot, even if you hadn't seen a film, you would have seen a poster. It's his gun, his little blaster thing.
The original cryogenic of him, when he was frozen?
Oh, yeah.
Han Solo?
No.
Where is that?
That would be awesome.
Anyone see the Sylvester Stallone dummy that was found up in the Blue Mountains in an antique store?
What?
Weird.
So do you remember the Hard Rock Cafe?
Yeah.
And was it the Hard... No,
Planet Hollywood. He was one of the owners.
So Planet Hollywood, and they would have stuff from sets, from movies, famous sets. And it was Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone. He was nude, and it was a doll of Sylvester Stallone nude, crouched over, that was up in a Planet Hollywood. It's ended up in an antique store in the Blue Mountains.
Wonder what that's going for.
Some woman found it in Katoomba and has taken it home.
Tommy, after Ed Sheeran's private member tour, do you think we do the Sylvester Stallone? You know what I mean?
It
would make sense.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Get your head around this one, guys. A brand new social media app. It's called Be Real. Spelt Be Real.
Remember the old saying, just be yourself.
Hey, do us a favour.
Who the hell else am I going to be?
Great question.
Well, that's been replaced by You Do You.
Yeah, you do you.
You do you.
Yeah. It's like when they say, hey, what's your name again? Ryan James Fitzgerald. All right, well, you go and be Ryan James Fitzgerald. You'd know him well. That's an extension of... It's probably an unnecessary extension of that one. Be Real has had more than 21 million downloads, guys, since it became active in July. So 1.2 million of them are Australians. So we're adopting Be Real. But here's the thing. This is how it works. The idea is that it won't make you famous. It is a photo sharing app, but it tells you when you need to post the photo. So it'll alert you, and the time is random, and it's chosen by the app. So it's meant to capture the moments where you're being real. So no matter where you are, you might get an alert, and it'll say, well, be real, post photo. You've got a minute to go. So I go,
exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I go,
What if
right.
you're on the toilet?
Be real.
Be real.
Oh, come on.
That's the idea behind it. It's one photo a day.
That's kind of cool.
A lot of people have said it's boring. Because, you're not going to believe it. I'm in front of the TV again. Yep, you've shown me a photo of that.
I'm walking the dog again.
You've caught me.
Wow.
It does feel a little bit caught out. I mean, one woman was sitting in a church pew, dressed in black, waiting at her great aunt's funeral to begin, but then put a photo up.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yes, it is. Be real, mate. I am. I'm at a funeral. One lady said, posted a photo of her legs or her knees in the air with the bald man's head between them because she had her male obstetrician opening her cervix, says.
There's something you want to capture.
And she said, it's time to be real.
Can you doctor these and have backgrounds from all around the world just to make out that you're travelling every day to somewhere else?
Wouldn't be bad.
But then if you're not real, if they can prove that you're not being real, do you get taken down from the Be Real website?
Great question.
So if you've gone accessed your photo roll.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's all about perspective, isn't it? It's sort of no different to Instagram. You're supposed to be real.
The power of sharing just one photo a day at a randomised time chosen by the app. It's just you don't want to look. I mean, Matt de Groot, famous for saying on Instagram, have we got that in the system, Macca, of Matt de Groot saying, you've got the... Can we do the quote live, MDG?
Things that I'm doing that you're not, that you wish you were.
There it is.
Even in the same way.
Well, I'm the same person, Sarah.
Uncanny.
That would make sense. Sounds exactly the same.
But that's hard to get to that level. But that doesn't happen overnight, does it?
The things that I'm doing that you're not, that you wish you were.
Yes. I mean, you're not on the gram anymore, MDG, but you might want to join Be Real. But the thing is, too, MDG, your whole persona was structured and your image was created by what you would choose to share. With Be Real, it might just be you. Oh, I'm on the old PlayStation again. I'm down at Cronulla. I'm tucking my ears into my cap and I'm going for a walk.
First and foremost, I'm not tucking my ears into my cap. Other people in Cronulla do that. It's ridiculous.
Trimming my red beard. I'm
sandy blonde.
So
the thing...
go.
Well, the thing with what Instagram is all about, it's about showing the parts of your day that you want to, I also think, remember for yourself when you scroll back and look through and you go, oh, look at that thing that I did, or the place that I was at, or those people that I was with.
Funny, yeah.
What I'm doing now, I don't want to scroll back a year from now and go,
oh God, I'm at home again.
I was walking on the sidewalk. Okay, great.
So if Be Real is that, if you honesty, you got to be honesty every day and put up a photo, would Instagram be fake?
It is fake.
How dare you?
Well,
how dare you suggest Instagram?
I would think.
Are you suggesting it's fake?
I would say a majority of users on Instagram are showing off their lives and being real. You've only got your influencers and your minority on there that are trying to show everyone.
No, the moment you put a filter or change the light.
I've never used a filter. I've never changed a light. I've never taken more than one photo and chosen the best
there you
one.
go.
Mate, the filters where they give you a tan, they plump up your lips. Like, who are you honestly trying to get over the line there?
But what about when you see a bad photo of somebody and you go, you took $1 million and you've chosen a bad one?
Well, that's your opinion. That they might think, wow, I took $1 million and I look fabulous in this, so I'll post it. No one posts a picture that they think is ordinary.
They need to check themselves.
But that might be as best as it gets for them. You're being judgmental on who that person is.
Not really. They just don't understand the impact they're having on people, and that's sad.
Their ugliness is hurting you.
Yes, because ugly is not only skin deep, it's to the bone.
Well said, mate.
Oh.
Well said.
That sounded heavy. Be real, guys.
Be real.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.